WWE fans, brace yourselves, because what just unfolded on Smackdown may go down as one of the most surreal, reality-shattering moments in professional wrestling history. In an absolutely unthinkable act of defiance and chaos, none other than AEW's own Jon Moxley, formerly known in WWE as Dean Ambrose, stormed the blue brand and blindsided Paul Heyman in a shocking backstage assault that has set the entire wrestling industry ablaze. This was no mere cameo, no flash-in-the-pan stunt. This was a statement, a declaration, and possibly the beginning of a seismic shift that could forever alter the future of both WWE and AEW. This shocking moment came on the heels of an already explosive Money in the Bank event that left WWE reeling. The fallout from that night has yet to settle. Jacob Fatu betrayed Solo Sikoa in a brutal twist that shattered what was left of the Bloodline's foundation. Jey Uso fell in a stunning title match defeat at the hands of Gunther, and in the biggest surprise of the night, Seth Rollins walked away with the Money in the Bank briefcase, putting the entire WWE roster on notice. But as fans were still trying to make sense of that carnage, SmackDown delivered something no one had dared to imagine: Jon Moxley, in the flesh, crossing company lines. The segment began like any other. Paul Heyman was seen backstage in deep discussion with members of Seth Rollins' new powerhouse faction, which includes rising stars Braun Breaker and the dominant Bronson Reed. Heyman, now clearly steering Rollins' faction with the same cunning he once used to control Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, appeared focused and composed. But that calm was violently shattered when Moxley emerged from the shadows, wearing an unmistakable AEW hoodie, and stepped directly into WWE territory. Hidden cameras captured the moment in chilling detail. Without warning, Moxley walked out from behind a production truck and locked eyes on Heyman like a hunter stalking his prey. He approached with cold fury, eyes dark and burning with years of unresolved tension. "Miss me, Paul," he growled in a low, threatening tone. Heyman turned, startled, just in time for Moxley to slam him against the wall with brutal force. The words that followed were enough to send chills down the spine of any Shield fan. "You think I forgot what you did? You turned Seth against us. You poisoned Roman. You tore us apart from the inside," Moxley hissed as he yanked Heyman's tie and pulled him closer. "I'm the cure, Paul." The tension was electric. This wasn't just an invasion, it was vengeance. It was personal. Before security could reach them, Moxley spat on Heyman's luxurious Italian shoes, sneered with contempt, and vanished into the backstage chaos, leaving devastation in his wake. Wrestling media and social platforms exploded within minutes. Fans began to question the impossible. Was this an authorized crossover between AEW and WWE? Is Moxley operating on his own agenda, or is something far bigger happening behind the scenes? Adding to the speculation, AEW President Tony Khan tweeted a single winking emoji just moments after the ambush aired. No words, no explanation, just a cryptic symbol that has fans theorizing everything from a storyline partnership to a talent trade deal between wrestling's two biggest promotions. Seth Rollins, visibly enraged, was caught backstage furiously pacing, his MITB briefcase in hand. The Visionary, who shares a deeply complicated past with Moxley dating back to their Shield days, now finds himself potentially targeted from a ghost of his past. Will Seth retaliate? Is he next on Moxley's hit list? Or was this all aimed squarely at Paul Heyman and the manipulative web he spun across the WWE landscape? And then there's the looming shadow of Roman Reigns. With the Bloodline disintegrating after Fatu's betrayal and Solo Sikoa left directionless, could this be the spark that brings the tribal chief back into action? If Moxley's sudden return is any indication, then Reigns may soon have no choice but to reclaim control. But would he return to fight Moxley or stand with him? This unprecedented appearance by an active AEW megastar on WWE programming doesn't just hint at a forbidden door. It obliterates it. The lines are no longer blurred, they're gone. Everything we thought we knew about company rivalries, exclusivity contracts, and brand loyalty has been torn apart by one act of rebellion. Moxley didn't just show up. He lit a match and threw it into WWE's powder keg of unresolved feuds, fractured alliances, and burning resentment. This raises more questions than answers. Is Moxley looking to reunite the Shield for one last stand against Rollins and Heyman's regime? Could this be a one-off shock moment, or the first move in a months-long invasion? What's Tony Khan's role in all of this? Could we see more AEW talent jump the line and show up in WWE? Is Vince McMahon or Triple H behind this as a secret masterstroke of storytelling? No matter where this leads, one thing is crystal clear. Jon Moxley has rewritten the rules of wrestling. His Smackdown ambush may go down as the night the Forbidden Door didn't just open, it was kicked off its hinges and stomped into dust. He's stirred up ghosts, unsettled giants, and cracked open the kind of chaos that could lead to dream matches we never thought possible. So buckle up. Wrestling just entered a whole new era. The game has changed forever, and nobody, not Seth, not Heyman, not Roman, is safe from the storm that's now been unleashed. WWE fans, the unthinkable just unfolded on SmackDown in a moment that has the entire wrestling universe spinning. In a jaw-dropping twist that blurred the boundaries of sports entertainment as we know it, AEW's wild card, Jon Moxley, made a shock appearance backstage during WWE programming, ambushing none other than Paul Heyman in a confrontation no one saw coming. This wasn't just a crossover. This was a declaration of war, a chaotic ripple effect emerging in the aftermath of Money in the Bank's explosive fallout. Following the chaotic MITB event, where Jacob Fatu turned on Solo Sikoa, Jey Uso lost his title to Gunther, and Seth Rollins emerged as Mr. Money in the Bank, things were already spiraling. But SmackDown turned that chaos up several notches. In a surreal twist, Moxley, the man once known in WWE as Dean Ambrose, appeared out of nowhere, stalking through the shadows of the backstage area in an AEW hoodie. Cameras caught the moment Heyman was going over strategy with Seth Rollins' faction, which now includes Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, when Moxley stormed out from behind a production truck and caught him completely off guard. With fire in his eyes and years of resentment behind his voice, Moxley grabbed Heyman and shoved him hard against the wall. "Miss me, Paul?" he growled, reminding fans and Heyman alike that this wasn't just a return, it was retribution. "You think I forgot what you did? You turned Seth against us. You poisoned Roman." Moxley spat with venom, tightening his grip on Heyman's tie. "I'm the cure." Before security could intervene, Moxley spit on Heyman's polished shoes and vanished back into the shadows. The implications of this act are colossal. For the first time, a top-tier AEW star invaded WWE without warning, reigniting buried histories and unresolved rivalries. Paul Heyman, the so-called wise man behind both Roman Reigns and now Seth Rollins, is suddenly a target. Moxley's attack has left fans questioning everything. Is this the beginning of an all-out brand war? Was this a one-time rogue ambush, or the start of something much bigger?
Meanwhile,